everyone, this is Colbert Tech Repair, and this is today's tech news. Target has been hacked. If you have been shopping at Target between November 27th and December 15th, all of your credit card information has been stolen. The hack has hit over 40 million accounts. Now, it says that consumers who shopped at Target stores between November 27th and December 15th should check their credit card statements. On Thursday, Target acknowledged that the hack obtained the names, the credit or debit card numbers, the expiration date, and the security codes of the store customers who purchased between the 27th and the 15th. And this was over 40 million credit and debit card accounts. Now, the issue that let the hacker gain access has been identified and resolved, and the company is working with law enforcement to track down those responsible. In Target's FAQ to its customers, they explain that the data breach is a concern for those who made the purchases between the 27th and 15th, but people who bought items through Target's website or at a retail store in Canada are safe. Target Red card holders who expect a charge on their card should contact Target. Other customers should call their bank. Now, this hack comes at a bad time at retailers like Target because this was the pretty much the huge holiday sale time, Black Friday, everything that was going on. And Target says Target's first priority is preserving the trust of our guests, and we have moved swiftly to address the issues so guests can shop with confidence. We regret any inconvenience this may cause, and we take this matter very seriously. So if you have shopped at Target in between the November 27th and December 15th, please check your credit and debit card statements. People have access to your name, the credit card number, and the security code. This is a huge deal. This is one of the biggest hacks we've seen in years. An app for Android called CyanogenMod raises $23 million. Now, CyanogenMod, what it does, it offers a custom version of the Android operating system. And the company announced Thursday that it has closed funding and it has received $23 million. Now, the funds will be used to expand the current team of 25 engineers to hire more for nearly all aspects of the development. Pretty much what CyanogenMod does is it brings Android back to a vanilla Android instead of HTC's Android or Samsung's Android. It gives you just the basic Android experience, and you're pretty much rooting your phone. I have not yet done this. I've used the HTC One, and I'm fine with the Android interface on it, but there are a lot of people downloading this, and you can find it. You could find it on Google's Play Store, but they removed it because they didn't want people rooting their phones, but you can find it elsewhere. I will include a download link in the description below if you choose to download it. Verizon is going to start disclosing government requests for customer data. Now, Verizon Communications says it's making an effort to offer more information to the public about how many requests it receives from law enforcement for customer data. Now, the first of these reports, which will detail law enforcement requests for information for 2013, will be published in the first quarter of 2014. The company will then publish a similar report twice a year. A Verizon spokesman made it clear that the company doesn't disclose consumer information to third parties unless authorized by the customers, but he also stated that the company is required at times under the law to disclose certain information to law enforcement. Now, these reports will be similar to those prepared by internet companies such as Google, Twitter, and Facebook to detail the total number of requests the government is asking to the companies about their users. And they include the details about the number of subpoenas, court orders, and warranted requests the firms have received. Now, the Verizon announcements came only days after a federal judge ruled that the U.S. NSA surveillance program that collects phone and metadata on all U.S. citizens is likely unconstitutional. Now, this lawsuit and several others were filed after it became public in June that the NSA had been spying on everybody. And I, for one, would like to see just what the government has been asking for. And finally, older Mac webcams can spy without activating the warning light. Now, As you might know, most webcams, such as mine, have a warning light that indicates when they're active, but it's possible for malware to disable the important privacy feature on old Mac computers, according to research from Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore. Now, two researchers investigated the hardware design of the first-generation iSight webcam model installed in Apple's iMac and MacBook computers released before 2008, and found that its firmware can be easily modified to disable the indicator LED. Now, at the hardware level, the LED is attached to the webcam's image sensor, which is also attached to a standby pin. So, when the standby pin signal is active, the LED is off, and when it's not active, the LED is on. So, in order to disable the LED, the researchers found a way to activate the standby, but also configure the image sensor to ignore it, because when it becomes active, the image sensor output automatically gets disabled. So what they did was they created a modified version of iSight firmware and then reprogrammed the camera with it, using a method that involves sending vendor-specific USB device requests from the host OS. They found that the operation doesn't require root privileges and be done from a process started by a regular user account. Now, the researchers also created a proof-of-concept application called ICU that detects whether an iSight webcam is installed, reprograms it with modified firmware, and then allows the user to start the camera and disable the LED. When the ICU application is stopped, the camera is reprogrammed with the original unaltered firmware. In addition to spying on users without them knowing, the ability to easily reprogram the iSight camera could also allow malware to escape from an operating system that runs inside a virtual machine. Now, the researchers didn't only document the iSight weakness, but also proposed defenses, both at the software and hardware levels, against attacks that might try to exploit it. They built a kernel extension for the Mac OS X that blocks specific USB device requests. Researchers said that they've sent the report and their proof of concept code to Apple, but they haven't been informed of any possible mitigation plans. Now, there have been some things that have happened from people's webcams being hacked. One recent case was extortion, using illegally obtained nude photographs of victims, including 19-year-old Cassidy Wolf, the winner of the 2013 Miss Teen USA. In September, the FBI arrested a 19-year-old man from California on charges that he hacked into social media accounts of several women and took nude photographs of them by remotely controlling their webcams. He then allegedly contacted the victims and threatened to post their pictures on their social media profiles unless they sent him more nude photos and or videos of what he demanded for 5 minutes in Skype video chats. Now, they said that they had no idea people were watching them through their webcams because the light did not go on. There are hackers who also bundle RATs, which are remote administration tools that can record video and sound from webcams with malware. In this paper, they have only examined a single generation of webcams by a single manufacturer, but in the future, they plan to expand the scope of our investigation to include newer Apple webcams, as well as webcams on popular laptop brands. Now, there has been talk here recently that the FBI has always been able to look in on your webcam without turning the light on. There is no known information about this happening, but it could be happening. If you are afraid of this happening, just take a post-it note and stick it on your damn webcam until you're using it, if you're that paranoid. But I don't think it's really going to happen to you. Alright guys, this has been Colbert, Colbert Tech Repair. I hope you enjoyed today's tech news. If you liked, give me a like. If you didn't, feel free to give me a dislike. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to use the comment section below. You can also find me on my social media, Twitter at Colbert92 and Facebook at facebook.com/Colbert Tech Repair. See you guys next time.